Another day in Suno Studio. Today we're going to challenge ourselves using only our vocal to create a track. So I tried this before and I used my own melody that I created from scratch, and Suno said it was copyrighted material, which it never existed. I literally freestyled everything from the vocal. So I want to test it again to see if it's starting to block our vocal melodies, because that was really weird and it made me super frustrated, not gonna lie to you guys. So let's keep the same BPM. We're at 157 BPM here, and I'm just going to record off the top of my head a melody. Now I'm going to try vocal melody with lyrics and then a vocal melody that doesn't have lyrics. Let's see which one. I want to take you to a higher place. I want to take you to a higher place. I want to take you to a higher place. I want to take you to a higher place. All right, that was the first melody I came up with. Freestyle the entire thing. Okay, I doubt this from a rock song. I literally just made that up. Now let's do the drums. And actually, before we do the drums, let's do that same thing, but just melodically. Okay, so that's our backup in the case that it tries to block, because that was just super annoying. I think they're starting to block vocal melodies, y'all. That's not a good sign. All right, let's record this. I'm super out of breath from that. Wow, I'm a little lightheaded. Whoa. All right, so nextly, let's come up with the bass line. Freestyling this, y'all. Wait, that. All right, that was kind of like whatever. All right, so I am going to export all these as audio. Now you guys can record straight into Suno, but for me, because I'm recording the video, that's why I have to do it this way. All right, so we're going to try this again. So this is really frustrating if it keeps saying that we have copyrighted stuff that we don't. There's nothing in here is copyrighted. We literally freestyled that entire thing. So let's grab our vocal. And I want to see if it gives us that same error, because if so, this will make me mad. Now it works. What the heck? Now it wants to work. All right, so let's refresh this. I don't know why it's not even playing. Let's refresh this. Man, y'all. Anyway, at the bottom, let's set this manual BPM to 157. And now it's working. You guys just saw how before. I don't know if that was on this video, but let's try. Okay, literally, okay, listen. I want to take you. Okay, so I did the same thing. I want to take you to a higher place. All right, that was a little bit different. So let's drag this in. Literally the same lyrics, okay? The same type of flow, the same type of melody. Let's see if it gives us the same error now. Because if so, this is really annoying. And this just shows the overreach of the record labels. Look at that. Literally the same exact freaking melody, y'all. Come on now. What in here? And it doesn't tell you where the lyrics. It's annoying. Okay, so anyway. I'm going to put my first. I think that's the bass line, and then. I want to take you to. Okay, so let's use our original ideas, because that was the most powerful in my opinion. So we're going to drag, I think this is the bass line. Okay, and then this is the drum. So you have to do this one by one if you're dragging these in from a separate thing. I think maybe because it's labeled mic that they think I took this from some session or something. I don't know. All right, let's figure out why this won't play. All right, now since this challenge, I can only use my voice. We have to stick with what we have. All right, so are you guys noticing that melody thing too, or is it just me? Because I've noticed that a couple times. Even when I'm typing in notes, I'm like, and I would type in the most basic lyrics, and it's like, these lyrics are copyrighted. America really needs to undergo a copyright rechange because there's no way you own the word the, like basic words. All right, let's run this back.
I wanna take you to a higher place. I wanna take you to a higher place.
So the melody is not the exact melody that I initially had. That is a little bit of a bummer, but let's right click here. Or excuse me, let's click on here. It's been a while since I've been here. Let's go to remix that thing. Let's create a cover. And actually, do we need to do all this? I don't think we need to do all that actually. What am I saying? Let's add a track. It's been a minute, y'all. Let's highlight these first 16 bars. Man, my mouse is tripping now.
I wanna take you to a higher.
So the first thing I want to do is establish a drum. So let's do drums, and let's call it like stadium rock drums, something like that. So it has very big ambience to it. We want to establish the drum first. I've noticed that when you generate musical stuff without a drum or a rhythm, everything kind of just fits wherever. It doesn't understand time as well. So that's why I want to knock the drums out first. And let's create a little percussive layer. Let's maybe call it wooden stick percussion. Okay, just like little type sounds. Let's create that. And what else do we want here? Let's create a bass line after the drum. This is called rock bass. I'm not going to even give it. You want to be as broad as possible. Like the reason I'm using Suno Studio is because I want variation. If I knew exactly what I was trying to do to the T, maybe I prompt longer, but when you want variation, you got to be more vague so that the computer kind of amalgamizes its own recipe. So I've noticed the more vague I am with the prompts, the better. The more words you're using in a prompt, like if you're using ChatGPT to prompt, it's probably going to get so specific that you're not going to be able to really be that creative with it. So we're just going to put rock bass. All right, now let's hear their drums. Well, that percussion got to go.
I want to take you to a higher place.
I need more cymbals and crashes, and these drums are too polite.
I want to take you to a higher place.
Let's try the other take. So the take lane has been moved over to the left side. Let's try version 2. That was too polite.
I want to take you to a higher place. I want to take you to a higher place. I want to take you to a higher place.
All right, there. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's highlight this. And now we need a lead vocal. And let me see. Is there a way to... Okay, so we're going to click on the vocal. In the bottom right, it transcribes what you said. So we're just going to copy all this and then paste that into the lyrics right here. And then style, I want kind of like alternative rock. I'll just say alternative rock. Okay. Or like grunge. I don't know the words for rock. So like, that's why I'm kind of being vague here. But we're going to try alternative, and let's create another track in here called alternative rock, and let's do grunge. Now I want you guys to hear the original melody. It has so much more passion in it. I'm kind of upset they didn't. They said this is copyrighted. This is definitely not copyrighted.
I want to take you to a higher place. I want to take you to a higher place. I want to take you to a higher place. I want to take you to a higher place.
That just had a little more emotion in it, so we are sacrificing some of the intent on that. Let's mute the original vocals. All right, so the vocals are not on beat.
I want to take.
So it's like rushed. So it's. I've noticed that the vocals have been super off beat.
I want to take you.
Now I do like their vocals. Their vocals came out crazy. Hold up.
high.
I don't know if it's a guy or a girl singing, but it's fire. It even did the whisper, y'all. That just made it so much more alive. I cannot tell you how frustrated I was initially with the copyright thing, but now I am turned all the way up. Suno Studio does it every time. Every time I think I'm about to be over Suno Studio, it's just like, psych. And it just always flips a switch every single time. Let's hear what version 2 sounds like real quick.
I wanna take you to a higher place. I wanna take you to a higher.
That one's cool, but version 1 spoke to my soul. Now they have a new EQ I meant to mention before. I'm gonna EQ in the DAW, but if you guys have to EQ, you can mess with this. Normally I wouldn't mess with this if I were y'all, because unless you specifically need it on like drums or something, I just wouldn't mess with the EQ because the mix is already balanced, so you shouldn't have to do much of anything with the EQ. I am satisfied, y'all. I am extremely satisfied. We got the drums, the bass, the percussion, and the lead vocal. That's all we need. Let's export this and mix this in Logic. We're going to export the multi-tracks. And I'm just going to mix it to sound more like a full record here. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go through all the boring mixing just so you guys can hear the final product. All right, so here's the mixing chain I use for the people who care. Okay, Wes audio compressor, SSL. This should have been before the SSL, but the tape emulators from Neve, the Better Maker limiter, and the Aurora loopback. If you guys want to try that, go to busyworksbeats.com/accessanalog. So let's play the final printed version. So I'm still trying different mixes. This mix has the SSL-G, the API 5500, the 542 by Neve, the Neve master bus processor, and then the Better Maker. I'm still not getting the exact mix I want, but this one's a little bit better than the last one I just had. So all the geek talk done. Here is the final. That was definitely a rough mix for sure. It's a little overly compressed, but here's the version 2 that I had. That one was way more dynamic for sure, but it was just a little too loud. Here's the version 1. That one was very bassy, so it just depends on what you guys like. I like really characteristics of all three. That is how we make stuff with our voice only. Go try Suno. Go to busyworksbeats.com/Suno to try Suno Studio out. All right, guys, subscribe if you're new. Peace.